Okay. Your ex is panicking about something, all right? But instead of facing the problem, they've got themselves, there's a mess, okay? But they're very panicky, but they're burying their head. There's something they need to address. I'm not sure what this is at the moment, but they are burying their head in the sand, okay? They're in a little comfort zone, but they're panicking. It's quite a strange energy today, so I'm going to have a look and see what is going on with them. What are they panicking about? And why won't they do anything about it? So by the end of the reading, we will know exactly what's going on with them. Okay, I'm going to look at their thoughts and feelings towards you today, and also best possible outcome. But they're just sitting there frozen, but there's something that they need to address, and it's quite big. Okay, and I just hear the word terrified. They're terrified to face something. So let's have a look. Like I said, it feels a bit of a strange one today, but I'll go into it for you. Just while I'm shuffling though, thanks for being here. I do appreciate all your support, and thank you for all your comments. Please leave comments, I do read them all. And if you'd like a reading, just click on the title of the video. Links are below in the description box. Everything's on the website. And check out the $1 reading. That's on for a limited time. Oh, right, that wanted to come out, didn't it? Yeah, check out the $1 reading. That's on there as well. Okie dokie. It's like they just sat like this. That's what I just want to see what's going on. Right, let's have a look at their energy. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Missed opportunities. Out of your depth. That's what I think it is. They're out of their depth. They're out of control. And somebody they're connected into is opposing their plans. Right, okay. They're not getting their own way. But somebody around them is quite aggressive and is just not backing down. That's what I'm really getting. Yeah, Nine of Swords. There we go. We've got the Nine of Swords there. So the cards are clarifying what I was channeling. They're very anxious. Whatever it is keeping them up at night, okay? It's giving them anxiety. They're not sleeping. I feel they're not eating. And I would go as far as to say that they probably got a little bit of depression in the fact that they know they need to do something, but they can't do it. All right. And I feel that this other person, someone is opposing their plans. And the other person I feel is stronger than your ex. Okay? I feel they're stronger. Yeah, what your ex does want is a new beginning. Okay? They know they've got to get off their arse and do something. Okay? Because at the moment they are just sitting in a state of apathy. I can't do it. A little bit of depression, I feel. Not a lot of sleep. They've got mental anguish. But I feel they feel guilty towards you as well. There's an element of guilt. And they still hold a torch for you. Okay? They still hold a torch for you. But they're in a very heavy energy at the moment. A very heavy energy. What is it? Who's going up against their plans? What's going on? What plans have we got going down here? Yeah, they could be connected in with a fire sign. But definitely this is almost paralysing your ex. The Two of Wands has come up, but it's in the reverse. So the Ace of Wands in the upright had come out, one of those first three cards, which means that's what they want. They want to take action. They want a new beginning. They could possibly want to move. They're still holding a torch. But the Two of Wands can also mean this card at the beginning, fear of change. Okay, they're paralysed by fear. They're they just don't know what to do with themselves. Okay, mentally, they can't cope. They can't cope. They're trying to keep, or they've been trying to keep all the balls in the air for quite a while. Okay, their attention has been very, just fractured. You know that it's there, it's here, it's there, but nothing's really focused. They're just not focused at all. What's going on, please, with this other person who's opposing their plans? Right, there's somebody here who's refusing to help them out because the Six of Pentacles has come out in the reverse. So that's the problem. Okay, Six of Pentacles is somebody helping you, somebody giving. It can mean that you are waiting for finances, waiting for a loan. You know, it can mean many, many things, but it's in the physical. So your ex is connected into somebody who is opposing their plans. Now, with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, this speaks very strongly of something to do with finances. It could be a multitude of things, okay? Maybe they're not getting the finances to do something, or they wanted to move, or it's something in the physical, okay? This is causing them anxiety. Now, it can also mean that they're connected into somebody who's just selfish, okay, and won't help them. But they've got their karma because they've realised they've missed an opportunity with you, that they were too hasty, that they were quite hurtful towards you. I feel that your ex in the end was very, very argumentative, possibly a little bit toxic. They were exhibiting toxic behaviour, but boots on the other foot, as I always say. They're now with somebody who is being selfish with them. Okay, there's somebody that they're connected into who has turned out to be very miserly and stingy. This doesn't always just mean money. Miserly with their love, their compassion, their time. That is keeping your ex up at night. That's giving them anxiety. Okay, that's giving them sleepless nights. They're overstimulated. And your ex is panicking, all right, because the Six of Pentacles in reverse is a card also of unpaid bills, or something's coming home to roost and they're panicking. There's someone they thought was going to help them who is saying no more. You're not having any more, okay? Right, where do you tie into this? That's what I want to know. Let me see what is going on. Hidden heart, what are they hiding? What is going on? Soulmates. Yeah, they are in a mess, aren't they? They are in a mess. Yeah, but then they run off. So you've got the soulmates and running card here. So you've got someone who just ghosts you, disappears and becomes invisible when it suits them. I think with this person that they can't face the intensity of their own emotions. Excuse that noise, that's my cat, one of my cats. Boundaries, that's you. Oops, excuse me. Come on, boo boo. Oh, she wants to say hello. Yeah, you've had enough now. You've stuck boundaries, okay? They can feel that. Enough's enough. Because, yeah, I mean, this person ghosted you. You know, that's immature behaviour. Ghosting, okay, if you've been in a narcissistic relationship, and ghosting's different because you're grey rocking, you're just like cutting off contact. But I feel that your ex was very much that they didn't want to show their emotion, okay? And they did just ghost you. They did just ghost you. They went into another situation where it was more exciting for them at the time, okay? But it isn't now. You know, in a nutshell today, they still have feelings for you. They still see you as a soulmate. But I feel that you've drawn a line even. Maybe you've put some land between you. You've drawn a line in the sand because you've had enough. You've just had enough of it. You know, your ex is quite fickle. You know, anything that sparkles or seems a little bit more exciting, they're not very dependable. I think your ex is exciting, but not particularly dependable. I feel what they've realised now, what I'm hearing to tell you, is that you were the one that kept them on the straight and narrow, and the only reason they did as well as they did, for as long as they did, it was because you were in the background. They got too big for their boots. They thought they could do X, Y, Z and whatever, a little bit deluded. Off they went. Now their mental health can't cope with the fact that somebody is saying no to them. Okay, and Six of Pentacles, it is a card of the physical. Okay, that is basically what this energy is today, that they've become totally and utterly overwhelmed. But they realised that you were the one that kept them going. It was your personality, your soul, your heart. You stabilised them. Okay, they took that for granted. Something else caught their eye, whatever that was, and off they went. And just ran off into, you know, they just ran off, basically. Let's just get one of these. I want to feel that way again. What way? I feel they just want to feel stable. I don't think mentally they cope. They're coping very well. What do they want to feel, please? Stable. Yeah. Stable. You and your ex did okay. And with you as the grounding force, you supported their ideas, and you could have supported them financially. But even if it wasn't that, you were there in the background making sure that they could follow their dream, okay? If they came out with ideas, you were there, okay? You were there. Whereas they've now got somebody that is just like, no. You know, they're caught in a court, like in a box. Your ex is like, I can see a box, like they can't get out, like they've got all the curtains drawn and they don't know which way to go. You know, someone's cut the funding off, or by funding that can just mean the energy. But they want to go back to how they were with you, because they wouldn't have made it without you. That's what I'm hearing. I know that's a bit blunt, but they wouldn't have made it without you. No, there's the star, okay? The star's at the bottom of the deck. You were the soulmate, okay? You were their soulmate. You were the one. And I feel that you supported them in the background so they could almost shine like a star, okay? But in the end, I think you felt that they'd stolen from you your time, your energy, and your love as well. Yeah. They thought they knew it all. They thought they could just run off, leave you, and everything would be okay. They want you back, the Queen of Pentacles. There you are. You see, that's your energy. Stable, secure, loving, always got an open door. You were very willing to help them out with projects, whatever that involved, okay? And without you, okay, without you in this energy, they are in this Nine of Swords energy, okay? And overstimulated and fear of change. Right, are they going to do anything? Let's get to the crux. Are they going to make any contact, or are they going to sort themselves out? Yes, they are. They're going to come back in the summer, okay? Ace of Cups is there. They're going to message you. They're going to get in touch with you somehow. Reconciliation energy. Eight of Wands, the unknown, what you don't see coming, is this person will message you, okay? It'll come in very suddenly. It'll be out of the blue. It could mean, because this can mean the Arrows of Love card, but it can mean that it'll come when you least expect it, okay? It will come just out of the blue one day. You know, you'll go to bed one night and nothing's ever changed, and you'll get up the next morning and there it will be, okay? Yeah. Let's get an advice card for you with this person. I put you through the mill. What should you do? I think what you should do is look after your own emotions and remember that you have all the skills on your own to make it. Okay, I feel that these two cards are saying concentrate on you, concentrate on what rocks your boat, okay, and really, really focus on just loving yourself, okay. It also says to me, be careful of silver-tongued people, people who can have really great ideas, but they either get bored or they don't follow through, or they'll have the idea but then you are the one that's expected to keep the home fires burning, okay. But the crux of this is they're in a mess, they're overstimulated and they're anxious, and I feel there's a little bit of depression going on, and I do feel at some point this summer with the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Wands that you will hear from this person, okay. Yeah, bottom of the deck, another thing for you to do as well, get out, have your own friends, have your own social life, okay. And if you haven't got that at the moment, that card sort of speaks of that coming in the near future, that you're going to be going to more social events, maybe family events, but there's going to be a cause for celebration. This summer I feel you're going to be getting out more, okay? Yes, and there's also a chance you'll meet somebody else. King of Wands. I feel at a social event you're going to meet a fire sign. Leo, okay, Sag or Aries, you're going to meet a fire sign person. Now this person is someone who's got entrepreneurial, go-getting energy, okay. Your ex could have been an air sign or possibly a water sign. This new person's fire, they're more get up and go. So if they start a project, they see it through, and I don't know why that's important to say that. They see it through, okay, but they'll be quite sporty as well, sociable, more community, but very, very, I just feel more in tune with your energy. That possibly could be what brings your ex back in, okay, that could be the trigger, because at the moment I just see them really wallowing and they're not really able mentally to do anything about it. But yeah, there's definitely a new person. Yeah, a new person coming in, okay. Somebody I feel who would probably stick with you through thick and thin, but they're quite outgoing, they're quite an outgoing person, and this new person has lots of bright ideas, but they follow through. They don't just almost dump it all on you. Okay, so I'll leave that with you anyway. I hope that's helped you. Just remember who you are. You are perfect, you are enough, you are the best, and you get to choose, okay? I feel the new person will bring you a lot of happiness and a lot of fun. So you just take what you want from it, because I feel with your ex, enough's enough, okay? They had their chance. I just feel they had their chance, and you're not here to heal your ex. You're not here to make it all go away. You now need to love yourself and use all the skills you've got to build a life that suits you. Be selfish, okay? Okay, I love you, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.